Chapter 44. Khusoomaat. Chapter 1. About the people and quarrels. Narrated Abdullah. I heard a man reciting a verse of the Holy Quran, but I had heard the Prophet reciting it differently. So I caught hold of the man by the hand and took him to Allah's Messenger, who said, "Both of you are right." Shuba, the sub-narrator, said, "I think he said to them, 'Don't differ, for the nations before you differed and perished because of their differences.'" Narrated Abu Huraira. Two persons, a Muslim and a Jew, quarreled. The Muslim said, "By him who gave Muhammad superiority over all the people." The Jew said, "By him who gave Moses superiority over all the people." At that the Muslim raised his hand and slapped the Jew on the face. The Jew went to the Prophet and informed him of what had happened between him and the Muslim. The Prophet sent for the Muslim and asked him about it. The Muslim informed him of the event. The Prophet said, "Do not give me superiority over Moses, for on the day of resurrection all the people will fall unconscious, and I will be one of them, but I will be the first to gain consciousness and will see Moses standing and holding the side of the throne of Allah. I will not know whether Moses has also fallen unconscious and got up before me, or Allah has exempted him from that stroke." Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. While Allah's Messenger was sitting, a Jew came and said, "O Abul Qasim, one of your companions has slapped me on my face." The Prophet asked who that was. He replied that he was one of the Ansar. The Prophet sent for him, and on his arrival he asked him whether he had beaten the Jew. He replied in the affirmative and said, I heard him taking an oath in the market, saying, "By him who gave Moses superiority over all the human beings." I said, "O wicked man, has Allah given Moses superiority even over Muhammad?" I became furious and slapped him over his face. The Prophet said, "Do not give a prophet superiority over another, for on the day of resurrection all the people will fall unconscious, and I will be the first to emerge from the earth, and will see Moses standing and holding one of the legs of the throne. I will not know whether Moses has fallen unconscious, or the first unconsciousness was sufficient for him." Narrated Anas. A Jew crushed the head of a girl between two stones. The girl was asked who had crushed her head, and some names were mentioned before her, and when the name of the Jew was mentioned, she nodded, agreeing. The Jew was captured, and when he confessed, the Prophet ordered that his head be crushed between two stones. Chapter 2. The deals done by a weak-minded or an extravagant person. Chapter 3. If somebody sells a thing for a weak-minded person. Narrated Ibn Umar. A man was often cheated in buying. The Prophet said to him, "When you buy something, say to the seller, 'No cheating.'" The man used to say so thenceforward. Narrated Jabir. A man manumitted a slave, and he had no other property than that. So the Prophet cancelled the manumission and sold the slave for him. Nuaym bin al-Naham bought the slave from him. Chapter 4. The talk of opponents against each other. Narrated Abdullah bin Masud. Allah's Messenger said, "Whoever takes a false oath so as to take the property of a Muslim illegally will meet Allah while he will be angry with him." Al-Ashad said, "By Allah, that saying concerned me. I had common land with a Jew, and the Jew later on denied my ownership. So I took him to the Prophet, who asked me whether I had a proof of my ownership. When I replied in the negative, the Prophet asked the Jew to take an oath. I said, 'O Allah's Messenger, he will take an oath and deprive me of my property.' So Allah revealed the following verse, 'Verily, those who purchase a little gain at the cost of Allah's covenant and their oaths.' 377. Narrated Abdullah bin Ka'b bin Malik. Ka'b demanded his debt back from Ibn Abi Hadrad in the mosque, and their voices grew louder till Allah's Messenger heard them while he was in his house. He came out to them, raising the curtain of his room, and addressed Ka'b. "O Ka'b," Ka'b replied, "Labaik." "O Allah's Messenger," he said to him, "reduce your debt to 1/2, gesturing with his hand." Ka'b said, "I have done so, O Allah's Apostle." On that the Prophet said to Ibn Abi Hadrad, "Get up and repay the debt to him." Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab. I heard Hisham bin Hakim bin Hisham reciting Surat al-Furqan in a way different to that of mine. Allah's Messenger had taught it to me in a different way, so I was about to quarrel with him during the prayer, but I waited till he finished. Then I tied his garment around his neck and seized him by it, and brought him to Allah's Messenger and said, "I have heard him reciting Surat al-Furqan in a way different to the way you taught it to me." The Prophet ordered me to release him and asked Hisham to recite it. When he recited it, Allah's Apostle said, "It was revealed in this way." He then asked me to recite it. When I recited it, he said, "It was revealed in this way." The Quran has been revealed in 7 different ways, so recite it in the way that is easier for you. Chapter 5. Turning out the sinners and the quarrelsome people of the houses. Narrated Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "No doubt I intended to order somebody to pronounce the Iqamah of the compulsory congregational prayer, and then I will go to the houses of those who do not attend the prayer and burn their houses over them." Chapter 6. To file a case for fulfilling the will of the deceased. Narrated Aisha. Abu bin Sama and Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas carried the case of the claim of the ownership of the son of a slave girl of Sama before the Prophet. Sa'd said, "O Allah's Messenger, my brother before his death told me that when I will return to Mecca, I should search for the son of the slave girl of Sama and take him into my custody as he was his son." Abu bin Sama said, "There is my brother and the son of the slave girl of my father, and was born on my father's bed." The Prophet noticed a resemblance between Utbah and the boy, but he said, "O Abu bin Sama, you will get this boy, as the son goes to the owner of the bed. You, Sauda, screen yourself from the boy." Chapter 7. Tying the person liable to do mischievous things. Narrated Abu Hurairah. Allah's messenger sent horsemen to Najd, and they arrested and brought a man called Thumama bin Utal, the chief of Yamama. And they fastened him to one of the pillars of the mosque. When Allah's apostle came up to him, he asked, "What have you to say, O Thumama?" He replied, "I have good news, O Muhammad." Abu Huraira narrated the whole narration, which ended with the order of the Prophet, "Release him." Chapter 8. Fastening and imprisoning in the Haram. Narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet sent some horsemen to Najd, and they arrested and brought a man called Thumama bin Utal from the tribe of Bani Hanifa, and they fastened him to one of the pillars in the pillars of the mosque. Chapter 9. The creditor's pursuit after his debtors. Narrated Abdullah bin Ka'b bin Malik al-Ansari from Ka'b bin Malik, that Abdullah bin Abi Hadrad al-Aslami owed him some debt. Ka'b met him and caught hold of him, and they started talking, and their voices grew loudest. The Prophet passed by them and addressed Ka'b, pointing out to him to reduce the debt to 1/2. So Ka'b got 1/2 of the debt and exempted the debtor from the other half. Chapter 10. Demanding one's debts. Narrated Khabab, I was a blacksmith in the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, and Asib bin Wa'il owed me some money. I went to him to demand it, but he said to me, "I will not pay you unless you reject faith in Muhammad." I replied, "By Allah, I will never disbelieve Muhammad till Allah let you die and then resurrect you." He said, "Then wait till I die and come to life again, for then I will be given property and offspring and will pay you right." So thus revelation came, "Have you seen him who disbelieved in our signs and yet says, I will be given property and offspring?" 1977.